Alright, everything on the video podcast is going to be quiet just for a second, okay? Three, two. Hey, what it do, everybody? This is the Brainhole podcast, man. Come and see it live. Yo, it's like the perfect weather outside, dude. Just to let you know, I've had to do this intro like 6 times now. Okay, like either something wasn't recording, or the music started too late, or yeah, man. But we working out, dude. Today's like the dopest day, man. Today's nice. It's rainy and it's cold, and there's clouds covering the mountains and shit. It's dope. So what I do on my brainiacs, man? Yo, there was a really long time ago. Shit, dude, this could have been 10 years ago, even. Um, it was longer, man. Doing the math in my head. So I was hanging out with a group of friends, and we ended up going to another one of our friends' house. Wasn't my friend yet. He wasn't my friend yet because I hadn't met him, you know. But so we go to his house and we meet, and he's a black guy, and I introduce myself. Hey, my name is Peter, and he introduced himself, and he goes, "Yeah, man, what it do?" You know, he's like, "What it do, man?" And I kind of did this, like I looked around, and I said, "Well, shit, man, it doesn't really do anything." And we just started busting out laughing, man. Like it was, I don't know, man. It was just funny because in a way, I was making fun of him because when people were saying, "Yo, what it do," people don't really say that anymore. I don't know what people say now, but I was kind of making fun of him. Like that's kind of a stupid way to introduce and greet somebody. But yeah, man. It's October. I don't know what the date is, bro. Let's see. What is this? What does it say? Is it the. Holy shit, dude. It's the ninth. Like, honestly, I thought in my head it was like the 14th or 15th. Bro, it's the 19th, bro. Bro, you look like pizza, bro. Dude, it's the 19th. Are you killing me right now? Time is going by way too fast. Nah, it's going by just right. So yeah, it's October, man. We're supposed to talk about creepy, weird, fucked up shit this month. And you know what, man? You know what? I think, I think, dude, I think like there's this really selfish thing about people keeping old people alive. Like, let's say they're in their deathbed, you know, and they're just have them on life support, or if they have Alzheimer's and they're just ready to go, man. I think it's so selfish for the people that are living to keep them alive, man. I think that's such a selfish thing, dude. Because you're just keeping them around because you think you're gonna miss them because you're gonna miss them. But it's like, dude, you've missed who this person is for years already. They're not themselves anymore, and they're not living a life, dude. They're simply existing, and it sucks even more when that old person or whoever, lived a fruitful life and was always active and doing something, and then now they're just sitting there waiting to just not wake up. And I think it's fucked up if you're dumping money into keeping somebody alive just for your own shit. I think that's more fucked up than letting them go naturally, I guess. I don't know. I'm not telling anybody to kill them, dude. I, I mean, my grandma has Alzheimer's, and I don't know. She can still communicate, but she doesn't remember anybody. Every once in a while, she'll have blips of memory and recognize people, but she's gone, dude. She's not herself anymore. Could you imagine being in a mental prison like that? I mean, even prisoners can find a way to cope with being in jail physically, but at least in their minds, they some of them they develop a way to be able to be able to be okay and be happy and not go completely crazy. Because it's one thing to be a physical prisoner, man, but to not have your mind, dude, to not have your brain hole, bro, to not have brain holes, bro, to not have your own brain holes to fill in, dude. That must be some other shit, man. I couldn't. I don't know. I don't know. If I get like that, fams, please just let me die. Just let me die, dude. Cause I don't want to exist. I don't want to exist. Could you imagine? I'm like 80 years old and I've gone completely senile. And for some reason or another, I've still been doing this podcast for 50 years later. And I'm just trying to have a podcast at 80 years, a senile 80-year-old, talking about experiences that I've never fucking had before, as if I did. That'd be pretty awesome. That'd be some pretty. That would be now, yo. That would be some entertaining stuff right there. Shit. I wonder how I can jump into that mind state. Wonder how I can jump into that. So look, yo, I'm kind of annoyed. Um, I typed out all my notes that I write down on a piece of paper, so I don't have to do that shit. I typed it all out yesterday, and it didn't save. Okay, it didn't save, so I'm gonna be flipping on this paper like I was last week. Um, so look, man, I think I mentioned this before. Like, if you're one of these people that like celebrate specific days, like appreciate your dog day, or like, well, for example, like it's October, okay, and so October is No Shave October. Now, I haven't shaved. I decided to do that last month. I didn't know that it was No Shave October, and I know a couple people that are like, yeah, I'm not gonna shave because it's No Shave October, and I'm like, how about you how about you um how about it be get a personality Sunday and you get a fucking personality, because if you're like celebrating a No Shave October or a Hot Dog October 27th day, or like brush your hair backwards day in September or January, whenever that might be, because there's a fucking day for everything. There's 365 days of something. Just celebrate, get a personality day. You know, just celebrate that one, and then you won't be so boring. Cause who gives a shit, dude? Who gives a fuck if you shave or don't shave just because it's October? I'm doing it because I'm trying to get this fucking PewDiePie flow, dude. This 2017 PewDiePie beard, bro. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Oh shit! You just talk shit about doing this and that, and then you're like, no, I'm not copying PewDiePie. His beard was legit, and I was like, oh yeah, that's kind of what I was already going for. This is badass. I think he dyed it like silver or some shit. Either that or it's just his Swedishness. This, you know, I'm not passenger. I'm not the passenger, and I'm not the passenger very often. But do you guys ever ride in a car, dude? And like this, I started thinking about this because it's been raining a lot more lately. Are you ever in a car with somebody who doesn't use their wipers when they should, when they clearly should? I have been. I've been passenger, and it's like, yo, dude. And usually I go through this thing in my head, like, all right, well, they're gonna turn the wipers on now. All right, well, they'll do it now. All right, well they're gonna turn the wipers on now, and so much water has collected on the fucking thing. I have two. There's two options left for me because I've built up this sense of being so annoyed that one of two things are gonna happen. I'm gonna be like rude as fuck and say, "Dude, what what the fuck is wrong with you? I can't see. I'm not even driving, and I don't have to see outside the window. What the fuck is your problem? How retarded are you? Like, are you so stupid that your eyes don't work right?" Or I just flick on as the passenger, I flick on the wipers myself. I don't understand it. And I know some of you relate to this shit, dude. There has to be somebody out there that fucking knows. So annoying. See, it goes back to one of those little things that bug me, bro. It just doesn't make sense. It's like clearly you can't see, dude. Use your shit. You I can't see. How can you see? How can you see what's in front of me? That sounds like the beginning of a mermaid song, right? I don't know. So use your wipers, man. It's a safety issue, dude. It's kind of like if you sit in your car and you don't put your seatbelt on and it keeps beeping, like there's just a beeping noise telling you to put your seatbelt on, and you just keep driving. You just don't think about it. You don't do it. You just come. You're It's the same shit, dude. It's the same kind of annoying, not thinking about anything, but I don't understand. I don't understand, right? People are always like, "Why do you do a lot of voices?" It's like, you know what, dude? It's for my own entertainment. Okay, I tend to amuse myself because not very many people are funny to me. I don't. Not very many people that are super funny, and not very many people amuse me. So I have to amuse myself. So often, like make up voices and create characters while I'm sitting in a conversation with whatever people with people, so I can introduce a different idea. Because if I'm using a different character, or if I'm using a different character, then I can introduce different ideas. You know, so that's why, man. Because I just I just like to be amused, man. I amuse myself. What about cell phones? I was browsing through Facebook, and fuck Facebook, by the way. But you know why I fuck Facebook? Because at least I catch myself and I stop. But there'll be some times it doesn't matter. It's just totally random. Usually in the morning, but there'll be times when I wake up and I realize that I've spent 15, 20 minutes on that shit. And I'm like, no, dude, like, fuck Facebook. And not only that, but I'm sitting there looking through it, just like, all right, fuck you, your post is stupid. You know what? Like, people who repost quotes and shit, that is so annoying, dude. Like, first of all, come up with your own shit. You know what I mean? Like, when I put posts up and they're usually quotes, I usually put quotes of the shit that I made up myself. Unless it's like political stuff and shit like that, which are just usually little bits of news articles or whatnot. But dude, like have a personality, man. Have your own mind. Have your own fucking brain hole, dude. Stop using other people's goddamn brain holes. And they'll be like, "Oh yeah, that's totally me." Well, no, it's whoever wrote it. You know, sure, I bet you can relate to it, but it's not you. That's whoever fucking wrote that shit. It's not you. So be your own, man. Be your own. And so it's like, yeah, dude, and it sucks because I know that 80% of the people out there, they're just they're just like constantly on that shit, just always checking it, always checking Facebook, just buzzing all day long in your pocket, reminding you, hey, look at everybody else's life, compare yours, compare your life. Inevitably, that's what you're doing. And that's why so many people are miserable, dude, especially kids and millennials, man. You teenagers, man, you guys are just constantly comparing your life to Instagram models and Facebook, and you think that those tiny little bits of their life that you're seeing is how you should be living your life every fucking day. It's like, no, dude, that's not. It's so fake. It's so fake. It's like as if you're watching them, as if you're watching the Kardashians, thinking, oh shit, damn. You know what? People actually do fucking think this shit. It's like watching the Kardashians or watching a let's say movie. Let's say you watching a movie. It's like me watching a movie. It's like me watching I don't know what just came out recently. It's like me watching a Batman or a superhero movie or some shit like that and be like, damn, and then I literally become literally. I told you I was gonna do it. Yes, every time I'm saying literally, it's like literally I become completely depressed because when I see these movie superheroes, I'm like bloody hell. Why can't I have superpowers? Why can't I be saving the world? You know what? I think if most people, if real people, had superpowers, they'd just kind of be doing the same thing that they're always doing. Going to work and then coming back home and just watching TV and fucking wasting time on Facebook, comparing their lives to regular humans and being like, damn, why can't I be a regular human? That's what we are, dude. We're humans. We all we do is complain and compare and wish it was another way. Like for example, it's for some people it's kind of cold outside. Oh fuck, it's so cold outside. I wish it was hot. When it's hot, it's like fuck, I wish it was colder. And then it's like, dude, you're never happy. Oh man, I'm so hungry right now. Oh shit, why am I so full? Stomach hurts. Never happy, man. Sucks for you, dude. I mean, man, I let the smallest shit make me happy. Like, look, for example, the other day, went into my building. Usually you have to press a code to get into the front door. Didn't have to press the code. The door was barely open and I didn't have to press 5 buttons so that I can get into the front door. Brilliant. And it got even better. It got even better, dude. I walked down the hallway to the elevator to go up 3 floors. Now, normally when I go to the elevator, I have to wait for the elevator to come back down. Typically that's what it is if I don't take the stairs. So I go to the elevator and I press the button. Ding! Ta-da! It was already downstairs, dude. I didn't have to wait 30 seconds for that bitch to come back down. Made my day. Alright? It made my day. Cause I don't like to have to wait for the elevator, man. Not the elevator man, but just the elevator dot 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 man, dude. Dude. So find those little bits of magic in your life, dude. You can create them. You can very easily create those things that make you happy. And that way stupid shit doesn't fucking bother you. Um so yeah, man. Just be your own person. Mm, I don't know. Be your own person. Stop fucking telling you what day of the week you're supposed to celebrate and shit. You know what? Just celebrate your life and make it a good life, and then you don't have to worry about anything. You know what? I hate sports. I appreciate playing sports. I hate watching them. I can't watch them. Now, here's the thing. if I'm with a group of friends, I can totally enjoy them shits and I can get into it and I can root for somebody even though whoever I'm rooting for, they completely fucking lose. Okay? That's bullshit. Everybody, that's part of the reason that I stopped watching sports is because everybody that I root for always loses and I jinx that shit. Just like when I go to a casino with friends, they always lose. They lose every time. Nah, bro, it's all good. I'm pretty good at this game. I win. I'm do good at this gambling game. Oh, really? All right, bring me with you. We're gonna fucking test how good you are, motherfucker. We go, and I'm chilling and I don't gamble because I'd rather spend $20 on weed. Because you know what, I win every time I buy weed, man. I win every single time on that shit. It might even be a little bit not good, but I'm still winning. So they'll play a hand or whatever, and they lose, and they lose, and like, damn, you're right. You're never coming back with me. I'm like, I know. I told you. You want to be a cocky motherfucker and waste $150. I told you. So yeah, I can't be a supporter or a fan of a team, dude. And then on top of that, dude, come on, like, it was one thing when I was a kid and these athletes were older than me. So you can actually look up to this person and be like, "Oh man, I can aspire to be that." But when you get to a certain age, like 25, 26, whatever, and anything above that, um you, dude, like, now you're rooting for kids that are way younger than you, and it's like like for me to be a fan is like to aspire or be inspired to be something close to that. Like I'm a fan of a lot of podcasters, and look at I'm making a podcast, or I used to be a fan. I'm still a fan of a lot of artists, and I want to draw like them, or I'm a fan of musicians, and I want to play like them. You know, but once you get a certain age, man, it's so stupid to be a fan of a sports team, and for on top of that to be rooting for them, man, and then like wearing their name on your shirt and shit. Chris D'Elia in one of his stand-up specials, he said, "If you're wearing the name of another dude on your back, he gets to fuck you. That's the rule. Like that's the rule. If you're wearing Wayne Gretzky's Wayne Gretzky's name on your back, if he sees you in public, he gets to fuck you. He gets to do that to you." And that shit's hella funny because as a grown man, I, why would you? Why would you do that? Now on the flip side, I have a lot of shirts that have cartoons on them. I have shirts that have cartoons on. Yeah, but you know what? Cartoons and characters, they have stories, man. They have stories, and like, that's it's a little bit different than just watching some dude chase a ball for millions of dollars. There's a big difference there. So to have it, yeah, to like have a character on your shirt. So yeah, to like have a character on your shirt, man, it's different than just having it's different than just having that going on. Um, just looking over my notes here. You can hear You know what? I'm always worried about you guys hearing all this extra noise that's going on behind me or around me and shit. And then I go through and I re-listen to the podcast and you don't hear anything. I can hear it through my headphones, but it just doesn't process through, and you know, it doesn't process through in the recording. So that's good. It's a good thing, and I don't need to be mentioning it anymore, apologizing about the extra noise and shit because you're not hearing any of it unless you are. And hey, look, yo, it is official. The podcast is on YouTube now, so you guys can actually watch it and leave me comments. And because I do tend to ask questions and shit like that, and before some people would just hit me up in my DMs. I don't like saying DMs because it just sounds like uh, it sounds like the abbreviation for a sexual thing. Probably because the letter D is in it. I don't know. It's not my fault. I didn't make this happen. When the internet first started, it was AIM, AOL Instant Messenger. Hit me up on AIM, dude. AIM was badass, dude. Very similar to Facebook, the Facebook Messenger. This was long time ago, dude. Okay, yo, you know what? Oh my god! Every time I hear this, I want to choke a motherfucker out completely until they can't speak, until they're just dead. Like when people say, when you're like, look, when I ask you how you're doing, I want to really truly know how you are. Hello, how are you? How are you doing? And then I get this fucking motherfucking sarcastic ass bitch answer back. Another day in paradise. Oh yeah? Another day in paradise, dude? Really? That's your response. That's your reply. Is that you're living another day in paradise? Really? How about you actually get a plane ticket and get the fuck off out of my face and go somewhere that's paradise? How about you do that? Cause you know what, dude? You're not the first person that's ever said that shit. It's not fucking clever. It's not clever. And on top of that, at this point, dude, it's just annoying. Don't say that shit. Don't tell me that it's another day in paradise. You know what it's another day of? It's another day of your regular ass goddamn life. And if you're being sarcastic because it's like, oh, it's just another day. You're being sarcastic because it's just another day. You know what? Why don't you just be the creator and architect of your life and do a little bit better? You know? Why don't you do that? Or just buy a plane ticket and actually go fuck off to paradise. Because you know what? Then I won't need to ask you how you're doing, bro. Then all I need to be concerned with is not having to hear you say another day in paradise, dude. I swear, I have to work later at 5. And I think, man, if somebody says that to me today, dude, I'm gonna tell them, look, I'm gonna help you buy a plane ticket, and then you're actually gonna go, and then we're gonna send you to paradise. We're actually gonna send you to it so that you can be there, so that tomorrow morning when somebody asks you, hey, how you doing today, your dumb ass motherfucking ass can say, oh, another day in paradise. Well, no, actually, technically, it's your first day in paradise because I just sent you the fuck away from my perimeter because I don't want to hear that shit. So you could go down there to paradise and actually tell people that, hey, I'm living another day in fucking paradise. And then you can go off and suck all the dicks that you want because that's what you deserve. Because you're saying that to me, and you're not being sincere. You're just being sarcastic. One of those little things, my brainiacs. Another one of those things, bro. Yeah, dude. Today's my kind of day. It's nice. It is nice out. It's nice and cool. You can wear a hoodie and even a light jacket and shit and be comfortable, bro. And as the rain accumulates on your window, you can press that press that lever next to your steering wheel and use your wipers, dude. All you want. So yeah, going back to what I was saying before this paradise thing. Um, please leave me comments on the podcast because I'm really curious to know what kind of hole in your brain we've filled per that we've filled throughout the episode. I want to know what kind of holes we're filling, dude. Um, so I mentioned in the last podcast that I was going to that I was going to tell another possession story. So so I was in high school, and at this time, my sister and I were the only ones that were living. My younger sister and I were the only ones that were living with my mom, and she used to she used to get she used to get online and like go to chat room like Christian chat rooms, and she would actually video chat with people and stuff. And I remember I remember there was the way that it was set up was the computer was set in like the corner of the living room, and so it was like in the corner of the living room, and the camera could see the whole entire living room from that corner, and it could also see a little bit of the hallway, and it could see my bedroom. Back then, I used to have like my whole bedroom. I had a whole entire wall just dedicated to Dragon Ball Z shit. Like I had a huge dragon, and then just a bunch of like I would print out pictures on the computer. I would have a lot of my own drawings, and my girlfriend at the time used to draw a lot of Dragon Ball Z shit too. So I used to have a lot of pictures of her Dragon Ball Z art and other art on the wall. And she was talking to some dude, bro, and it I guess it was a pastor or something. No, it's a big ass nigga. It was a pastor or something, and and he was telling her that, well, I don't know what's going on in that room back there, but there's demons in there, and there's a lot of demons stuck in that bedroom, and blah 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 blah. And at this time, I was chilling with my sister in her room. We're just like chilling. I think we were smoking weed, bro. I don't remember. This is like when I first started. Um, no, I don't think we weren't smoking. Not this day. This was another day. But we were just chilling in our room watching TV. Probably Friends, right? You can't not listen to that theme song and not do that. So no one told you not was gonna be this way. You cannot not listen to that shit and not. So we're probably doing that, and we leave the bedroom, and her bedroom is like tucked away in the hallway a little bit further than mine was. So we leave the room, and we can hear this dude like just praying his ass off in Spanish. And we walk by the living room, and my mom swivels around in her chair, and she's just like not herself. And then we look at my sister and I look at each other, and we're like, oh fuck, not again, dude. 'Cause now it's just us. You know, my dad isn't there. Cause my mom and dad broke up many years way before this ever even happened. My older brother and sister aren't there, so it's just my sister and I, dude. And the we didn't have cell phones, so the telephone was in the kitchen. So we had to cross the living room to get into the kitchen to go into her bedroom and kind of call my grandparents because that was the plan. We didn't know what to do, so she turned around, and she just had, like I was mentioning in the other story from the last podcast, she just had this crazy fucking look in her face. It wasn't her, bro. And she was sitting there hunchback a little bit and just breathing heavily, right? And just and we're like shitting our pants, dude. Like it's scary, man. That shit's scary, bro. And this guy's going off on the computer just praying and all this shit. And this story's gonna be short because that's pretty much what happened. We go into the bedroom, we call my grandparents, and my grandparents let me know that okay, well they're gonna get ready and come over, and it's not late in the evening or anything like that. It's probably around 6 or 7 p.m. And they let us know that they're gonna be heading over in a little bit, and so we get done with the phone call and we kind of chill in the bedroom for a little bit, and then we kind of notice that the guy stopped praying and we just can't hear him anymore. And that's pretty much it. We go back into the living room and she's fine and blah blah blah. But dude, growing up, man, like even recently, just like a couple days ago, I saw some shit, dude. Um, when I was a kid, I used to see a lot, at least a good handful of times. Um, this really tall, skinny guy, shadow. It was a shadow. There was no definition. I don't know what I'm hearing. I'm hearing some like an engine. Um, really tall. Uh, typically hunchback around I would say around 7 feet because it was always above the door frame. So it was always hunchback guy with a long coat and really pointy shoes. Like I don't know if you've seen those weird ass Mexican pointy shoes, but something like that, but like half of that. And so I'd seen that a few times. And then there's another time when my brother and we didn't know that we were at home by ourselves. We were teenagers. I would say he was around 17 or 18. I was probably about 14 or 15, something like that. And it's still really early in the morning, and I sleep in the basement, and he sleeps in the room upstairs on the third floor. And so um, I'm in bed, and it's completely dark in my bedroom, and I notice my bedroom door opens, and I see what I think is my sister, because my sister has long black hair, and I'm thinking it's her. I barely open my eye just to kind of look to see who it is and kind of pretend I'm still asleep, so I don't get bothered and shit. And I'm thinking it's her, but my sister's tall and she's lanky and skinny. And the figure that I fuck, dude, my light went out again, bro. All right, we're gonna need to figure that out. I can't believe it only lasts 40 minutes. Um, and here let's try something. All right, all right, whatever. We're gonna work with that. And the figure that I see is not